Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle. Auburn Blitz is now.
Hello again, everyone.
The intro's so nice, we played it twice.
There you go. Hello again, everyone, and welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat with you on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. A lot to talk about, as always. We'll bump around, talk a little bit about of everything today. A-Day this weekend.
Yep.
A lot going on.
Reimagined A-Day.
A reimagined A-Day. Not quite a little untraditional A-Day. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about Auburn at a win over Georgia Tech last night on the baseball diamond. They'll take on the number 3 team in the country, LSU, this weekend. So, again, a lot going on campus. The softball team got a series as well this weekend. They play actually a doubleheader today against UAB, an out-of-conference matchup. An article about Auburn, this football team coming up this year on ESPN.com today. Some interesting comments from Hugh Freeze and Jackson Arnold. So we might mention that if we have a chance. We'll do a Braves segment. Braves, had the worst record in all of Major League Baseball.
Thankfully, there's 152 games to go.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But they get a nice win last night over the Philadelphia Phillies. So
that's right. Maybe another one coming tonight.
A step forward.
Yeah.
Perhaps. And the Masters. A tradition. Unlike any other.
Yeah.
The Masters. Hello, friends. Starting tomorrow. So a lot going on in the world of sports, JJ. First of all, though, let's A-Day. Practice free to the admission. Again, not necessarily the old let's play a game, let's divide up and play a simulated game. No, this is more just like a regular old practice that the public is invited to. We'll be in Jordan-Hare Stadium, of course. Everybody can probably, I guess, get a sneak peek at what the new video board's going to look like as that construction, I think, still going on there in the north end zone. So, going to be some fan amenities, things for the fans, a pop-up, what they call the Auburn Vault pop-up, shop there around Plainsman Park, where the home parking lot is. They'll have an autograph session after it's over. So all different kind of things like that going on. The fan autograph thing will be like 90 minutes after they're on the field. The fans will be invited to come down there on the field. So that probably, standard fare as far as that kind of thing is concerned. As far as the baseball game last night, 9-8, Auburn wins over Georgia Tech. It was a back-and-forth affair.
Yeah.
Auburn and Georgia Tech had a long history going back. They tend to, when they get together, it tends to be an interesting thing. But Georgia Tech pretty good. Number 15 team in the country. Auburn depending on which poll you look at, is up to number 9 in the country. Freshman Christian Chatterton got the start, went 3 innings, pitched pretty well, 2-hitter. Through 3 innings, only gave up 1 run. But he kind of went back and forth after that. Auburn does get the win, though, ultimately 9-8 as they hang on for dear life. As I mentioned, they'll play LSU this weekend. But the Braves, talk about them just for a minute to kick things off. The hitting maybe coming around just a little bit.
Well, and again, I know that it started out 0-7 or whatever, but yeah, it's a 7-game road trip on the West Coast against 2 of the better teams in baseball.
Sure.
If you'd have come out of that 2-5, I'd have felt great about it, right?
Yeah.
So, and the hitting, it's kind of the old thing, Andy. The baseball card doesn't lie, right? So if a guy is traditionally a 250, 260 hitter, he's going to be a 250, 260 hitter.
Yeah.
Over the course of 162 games.
Chris Sale got knocked around a little bit last night. That was, I mean, not, obviously, it happens.
Sure.
Against a good team like the Phillies, but Schwallenbach has come out of the gate looking like he's picking up right where he left off last year.
Yep.
So that's encouraging.
And we know
forward.
that our mustache guy is Strider.
Yeah, Steven Strider.
We know that he's on the rehab course.
Yeah.
So you hope for a healthy Strider at some point this season.
Sean Murphy came back with I don't know, first at bat, I think he hit a 3-run homer last night.
Yep.
I think he went 2 for 3 or 3 for 4. So he had a great night coming back. He felt good. Ronald's coming back. I think he's supposed to be back in April, correct?
Okay.
So you're getting some of your stars back. The pitching, you think is going to be fine.
We're leaning on a lot. We're leaning on some young guys.
Yeah.
We just are. And if the young guys live up to the hype, then we're going to be fine.
I dare say that there probably won't be the whole team under the Mendoza line by the time you get,
No.
a couple of months into the season.
No, things are going to level out, and then you'll get, look, it'd be nice to go ahead and get the Phillies tonight and get the series, out of the way.
That would be nice. I'm a little concerned with Austin Riley. I'm just not. Last year was not a great year.
Yep.
At the plate. This year, not starting out that way as well. Did the Braves pull the trigger on him, giving him a contract too early?
Way too early to tell.
You think so?
Yeah, you're going to need this year and at least one more before you know that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a patient guy.
I mean, it's baseball. There's a reason that they play 162 game seasons. There's a reason you can't judge a hitter without seeing about 300 to 400 at bats. Right? I mean, to even know if he had a good year or not.
Right.
It's the old line from Bull Durham, right? The difference between a 250 hitter and a 300 hitter. He has 25 hits over the course of the season. 25. So, ground ball that sneaks between somebody, or what did Crash Davis say? Ground ball with eyes.
Ground ball with a dying quail.
A dying quail.
One more a year, you're in Yankee Stadium instead of
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Braves got the Rays coming up after this series. I'm not sure. I hadn't even looked at what the Rays are doing this year, but they hit the road again for another road trip with the Rays and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays, I think they're leading the American League East right now, so it doesn't get any easier, at least the schedule-wise. Come home and play the Twins, the Cardinals, go on the road for the Diamondbacks and the Rockies, that series, and that will round out the month of April.
The scary part for Atlanta getting off to a slow start is that the National League is pretty deep with good teams. And, so it makes it harder to climb back up if you let yourself get too far down.
Right.
Now, look, at this point, they're, 6 games out of first?
5.5 out of first.
Now, you make up 6 games, but you need to kind of get the ball rolling a little bit.
Yeah, Mets 8-3, Phillies 7-3. The Marlins and the Nats are what you would expect them. They're going to be 500 or below. So, like you said, they're catching. So that's the bad news. You're 2-8. The good news is you're the only 5.5 games.
That's right.
And you took the first game against the Phillies. If you win 2 more, hey, you're right back in. I mean, you're within 1 series of catching the Phillies.
Nobody cares if you're in first place at the end of April. Nobody cares.
Nobody.
It does not matter.
I care a little.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're in first place at the end of May. I mean, ask the Cubs how many times that they've been in the first place at the end of May.
It's fair.
Now, June's a different story. June begins to matter.
Yeah. Again, like I say, it would be nice to get, at least win this series. If not, a sweep would probably be asking a lot. But if you can at least just
but a home
win
series,
the series,
you need to win the series.
Yeah,
you need to win your home series.
Definitely, for sure. And again, against a really good team like the Phillies, that would give them some confidence too, and confidence go a long way in baseball for sure. All right, we're just getting started here on the Auburn Blitz. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable. at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check out the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. Make the savings drive to Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Sensa Green, heating, cooling, and insulation for air that's clean and cool and clean. Call Sensa Green, 334-487-3555. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job's too big, no job's too small, commercial or residential. Give them a call today, 334-531-0199. And Russell Do-It Center, 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. Again, an article on ESPN.com today about Hugh Freeze, about his cancer diagnosis and how Chris Lowe did this interview with him. Some quotes from him talking about, Auburn not where they want to be, but, the state of the program. And after, having 2 top 10 recruiting classes, Hugh Freeze said, quote, "I think the program is as settled as we've been." He said, "I think we're as settled as we've been as a program. The continuity of our staff, the pieces of our staff that we've added, and what we've been able to do in building our roster in the high school recruiting and in the portal. Now, we've got to go compete and win some more games, but I don't feel any sense of panic. We're on our way to getting where we want to be and where we should be."
Shouldn't be any sense of panic, but I'm sure we're going to, because, over the summer we'll do all these lists, the hot seat lists and the, whatever. But I don't think there's any doubt that there is a minimum level of on-field performance that has to happen this year at Auburn. And I don't know what that minimum level is. And sometimes, and I say this every year because there's a good 8-win season and there's a bad 8-win season, right? An 8-win season, you scratch out 8 wins against everybody you can, and then you get blown out 2 or 3 times.
Right. We've had some of those, yeah.
But then there's good 8-win seasons. You win some strong games, maybe a little bad luck at the end of a couple. You play everybody tight and you look like you're on the road. So there's 8-win seasons and there's 8-win seasons.
I definitely think, you look at the roster from when he got there, from when it is, from what it will be when they go out to Baylor to play that first game. It's a lot different.
Oh, there's no question.
You can tell it's far more talented, but that's got to start translating. That's got to start manifesting itself into W's.
You don't get 5 years to build the roster.
Yeah. I don't care how. You can get as close as you can and still lose, and it may look better in the statistics, but if it's not a win, it's time to start panicking.
Yeah.
So,
I think you can look, it kind of goes this way in any sport, right? You've got to look at who you're playing, how you played when you played them, where you're playing matters a lot.
Yeah.
And then you set an expectation. I think anybody coming in and going, hey, it's 10 wins or bust, that's not really realistic for a team with a losing record last year. You got to think in terms of, can we get to 8, maybe 9?
Yeah.
Right? I think that's the question that Auburn has to answer this year. They need to be at 8, if not 9.
Definitely. But the positive that you look at, like you said, all 8-win seasons are not created equal. All losing seasons are not created equal. You look at it and you say, okay, you had the Oklahoma game won and blew it at the end. Mm-hmm. You were close in 2 or 3 others that could have gone. You had them, you were in position to win and found a way to lose. So you're not that far away. It's just a matter of, closing the deal.
And it's not, and I don't think you can't put, a lot of people wanted to put all that on the quarterback. I don't think you can do that. There was some bad game management stuff.
Sure.
And at the end of games last year and at the end of some first halves. So I think that's something that's got to tighten up, and understanding, you kind of depend on your coaches. If the players get you in position to win in late in the fourth quarter, that's where the coaching has to take over and win the game, right? And,
you would think.
And especially don't make any mistakes that are going to cost you the game.
No.
And that's, the first step in winning a game is not losing it, right?
Gotcha.
So I think, yeah. But here's my question with A-Day coming up, with this reimagined A-Day that everybody's doing.
Mm-hmm.
For those of us who like to kind of look at A-Day and kind of get an idea of what the team's going to look like a little bit, so that we can formulate in our mind what we think the teams are going to look like in the fall and what kind of expectations. Are we going to know anything after Saturday?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Well, certainly not if you don't go, because it's not going to be on TV.
Yeah, well,
they're not televising it.
Well, and on radio, it's a 1-hour radio thing. So.
That's a good question, and I'm not sure how much I based on A-Day anyway.
No, but I think you can get a look at how a player or players look on the field.
Yeah,
playing the game
in uniform.
Yeah, playing the game.
I think you'll, if you go, or if you really get a, you could just see the quarterback move around with your own eyes. That's probably the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
To want to see those two guys. I don't know how much that'll tell you, but could be interesting, if nothing else. Well, we'll see. It's a new world. I have to wait.
No doubt.
We'll see. Ask me on Monday.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Senza Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout Central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you on this Wednesday. We are brought to you each and every day by Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some great food in the Montgomery and Auburn area. 2 locations there, one in Montgomery on Pepper Tree, the other in Auburn on East Glen. They got Easter specials going on right now. You can get some beef tenderloin and a whole assortment for a group of 4, a group of 8. Pork tenderloin as well, a spiral ham. This along with their daily specials that they have, lunch specials. Go into their website and check all these things out. The food is absolutely delicious. A wide variety of steaks and ribs, and probably the best selection of wine in the Auburn area. Just got a little bit of everything there, and we can attest the food is absolutely delicious. They'll cook it for you. You can go and pick it up. Very convenient, very reasonable, and delicious to boot. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Their website, steaksinwine.com. The letter N there, steaksinwine.com. We were talking about the A-Day game. There's an article on ESPN.com today about Auburn, about Hugh Freeze. This is from Jackson Arnold talking about his coming to Auburn. He says, 100% I needed a reset. It was just time to move on. I needed to go to a place where I was going to put myself in a better position. Interesting. I'm never going to say anything bad about OU or any of the people there, but it just wasn't a fit. And as the season went on, maybe it was them losing confidence in me or whatever, but I never doubted that I could play at this level and win at this level. So, for whatever reason, not a fit at Oklahoma.
Happens all the time. I think that, especially quarterback's such a different position because, every other position you're going to have rotations and, contributors, but at quarterback, you're either the guy or you're not. You know?
That's true.
And so I think you have a lot of quarterbacks where, you think it's going to be a good fit. It seems like a good fit, and it's just not, right? Whether it's relationship with the coaches, whether it's with the system, whether it's, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Look, obviously the kid has physical ability. If he didn't have physical ability, he wouldn't be where he is.
I wonder if I'm sure probably somebody has done a study or done one of these, at some point in their time or another, but how many guys, quarterbacks over the last, say, I don't know, 10 or 20 years have, because transferring has become so, at least let's just say the last 10 years, since transferring has become such the norm, how many guys that have left places that were, 4 or 5 star recruits and been, I don't know, what's the standard for success? It's
that's really the question.
How many of those were actually more successful at their next stop?
Yeah.
Sometimes it does. I mean, clearly, a change of scenery has helped a lot of people. And that does actually happen every year where a guy, you look and he just, for whatever reason, there's a lot of different reasons, it doesn't work out. But he does go somewhere else and it's just like, wow, he's a different guy. Hopefully that happens at Auburn. We'll see.
It's not so much that he's got to be a different guy. Maybe just can the coaches put him in better situations? Maybe with what Oklahoma was trying to run, maybe not necessarily fitting what he wants to do or is best at doing. I think you saw that with Jackson Dart. I mean, over the course of 3 years, Lane Kiffin really kind of built the offense to suit what Jackson Dart could do. And you saw him get better and better and better to the point where he's got a chance to be a late first-round draft pick.
True.
Mid to late first-round draft pick. So, and a lot of people had kind of given up on him early in his college career. So
here we go again with the merry-go-round. Hugh Freeze said he plans to call the majority of the plays this season. Okay.
What is a majority?
51%. I guess
50% plus one.
I don't know. He said Ken Austin is great, quote unquote, from fundamentals and coverage recognition and all that. He's better than I am, but I think it's vital that the quarterbacks are hearing my thoughts, and I just think this fall it would be even more vital that Jackson is hearing my thoughts.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, look, part of the reason you were brought there was to coach offense.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with him on that. And if it's my job on the line, it wouldn't be a majority, it'd be every play.
Yeah.
I think you're seeing that at Oklahoma with Venables, right? He's like, look, I got the defense.
We seem to be just headed down the same road. It's like Gus Malzahn 2.0.
But whatever the position is, I'm calling the plays or I'm not calling the plays. That's make it, stick to it. Well,
Yeah.
So did you call the plays today? Well, I called most of them. I mean, yeah, I called the plays, but second down I wasn't really interested in. So I don't understand that. But
yeah, first and third down every first and third down, but he had second down, and if there was a fourth down and we went for it, we left that to Derek Nix.
Yeah.
What? Just if you're gonna call the plays, call the plays. Call them all. That's fine. It's your offense. Everybody's fine with that. Everybody understands it. Like you said, it's your job. You're the neck that's on the line, so I expect you to call it.
It's really however you want to run it, right? And coaches have different philosophies on this. If it were me, I'd want my coordinators calling the plays. I always have the ability to weigh in, right?
Right.
I am always on the headset, and if I don't like the call, it's getting changed.
Yeah.
But, or if you want to call them yourself, then call them yourself. But, you got to be either in or out on that. It can't be like, well, if we're up 7, I'll let him call the plays. If we're down 7, I'm going to call them.
I want to go through an entire season where I don't even have to have the conversation who called the plays.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want even that to be a topic of conversation. But the offense has to be going pretty well for that to happen. All right, we're up against another break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone, 256-750-0381, or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Just one more our quote here from the article that came out today on ESPN, talking about some of the problems from last year. Hugh Freeze said we've got more depth, and there's a maturity factor there too. I know quarterbacks take the brunt of the deal, but there were times last year that Peyton was ready to pull the trigger on something, and that should have been there, and we didn't run the right depth or the right route. So trying to take some of the blame, look, and I know. And that,
when you got freshman receivers,
true.
That's going to happen.
That's true.
Absolutely. That's absolutely going to happen.
He said, now, this is from Cam Coleman. Cam said, every receiver brings something different to the table, and our identity is we're going to catch anything and everything by any means possible. That's no matter if we make the quarterback look good or the quarterback makes us look good. We're going to catch the ball and make things happen. So
I mean,
they're saying, hey, we're on the same page now. This year, a year older, a year more mature.
Look, I think the big thing is, can you scheme it up to get guys open? That's kind of the, I mean, look, what makes Lane Kiffin a good play caller? What makes Steve Sarkisian a good play caller? Because they find the weakness on the defense and they scheme it up to get somebody open.
Yeah.
And it's all matchups now. It's not systems. It's not how well you execute. It's can you find the matchup that works in your favor, and then exploit it, right?
Yeah.
So, I think that's really what's got to happen.
Well, defenses are pretty sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
They do a pretty good job of taking away, and is everybody on the? We've been talking about that till you come into every season. You always say, well, everybody's on the same page now. We've been saying that for a while. I mean, well, yeah, everybody's on the same page. And then you get there, and it seems like everybody's not on the same page.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it. And that's a big part of what spring is all about. Everybody getting on the same page.
Yeah. Look, it's It's going to come down to the same things it always comes down to, right? In the Southeastern Conference, because you got a lot of talented teams. Where are you on that hierarchy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you on the talent? Where are you on the coaching? Where are you on the? I mean, those are the things that matter, right? Talent, coaching, depth, all of those things are going to play a part, and then we'll have to kind of see how that goes.
Oh yeah.
And physicality on the offensive line is a big one that I think Auburn could use. An offensive line that is just nasty, right?
That would help.
That gets after it in the run game would be a huge help.
Opening holes always helps.
Yeah.
Protecting the quarterback, that tends to make a difference.
It does.
So you're adding a couple of pieces, especially tackles, two transfer tackles this year. The interior part of that defensive line appears to be pretty solid, and you're bringing back guys now that are – this will be the third year in the system. If you don't know it by now, if you're not talented enough to run it and be good at it by now, it ain't going to happen. So hopefully
like
that line will be as good as it's been in a while.
It is, it really is a hinge year for the Auburn football program, right?
I think that's fair to say.
A couple of good recruiting classes, got a transfer quarterback in, you got a quarterback of the future potentially on the roster. So, it's that hinge year. Are we moving forward now, or are we going to have to take a couple of steps back and redo it again?
Right.
Nobody wants that, but that's, that is one of the possibilities that could come out of this year.
If that is going to be the outcome, then it ain't good. It's not good for you, Freeze.
No.
Let's say that for sure. All right. It is, I mentioned doubleheader day at Jane B. Moore Field. The taking on UAB. First game is at 3:30, and then the next game will be 35 minutes after the conclusion of that one. It is giveaway day, JJ. If the student gives a free Auburn bandana.
Whoa, you could put that on your dog.
Yes, you could. And if that's not enough, you can get $2 hot dogs and $5 domestic brew throughout the doubleheader.
It's a good one.
If you're going to have a special on the brews, a doubleheader's the day to do it. Right?
That's right. Because you don't have to stop selling in the sixth inning of the first game or
this
whatever.
Is true.
Yeah.
Might want to have an Uber driver on speed dial here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit alagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. The Masters. Part 3 contest will commence today, and then it'll get underway, the tournament tomorrow. Some interesting facts about this year's Masters.
Yeah, I saw this. I thought it was interesting. You know, the NCAA tournament, we've talked about this before, the basketball tournament. I think 22 of 23, something like that, of the last national champions had finished ranked at certain points in the KenPom rankings, offensively and defensively.
Right.
Had been ranked no lower than 31st defensively in KenPom, for example. There's a similar scenario with golf. The last 7 Masters winners all were top 30 in OWGR/DG. DG is data golf, ranking thing, kind of a KenPom sort of golf thing. They all 7 finished top 15 in one or both of the last 2 majors.
Okay.
They all had a previous major top 5. They all had a top 5 finish on the season. They all had a previous top 25 at Augusta National. They all ranked top 25 in one of the ranking services, SG, and they all ranked top 50 in both SGAPP and SGATG. So there are only 5 golfers in this year's Masters who fit that criteria.
If you want to make a bet,
yeah,
these are your guys.
These are your guys that all fit that criteria. Russell Henley. Shane Lowry.
Okay.
Hideki Matsuyama.
None of these are Masters winners.
No. Colin Morikawa.
Okay.
And Rory McIlroy.
Wow. And Rory has never won. That's the only major he's never won.
And this may be his year based on those numbers.
Who was the one right before him?
Colin Morikawa.
Didn't he win?
I don't know.
I want to say he won it a year or two ago, but maybe I'm wrong. That's interesting. Only 5 guys. Then that will be. We'll come back and revisit this and see if one of those is your new or your latest Masters winner, because that definitely would be something to put your to look into next year.
Yeah. Oh,
if
yeah.
you're going to, or the next major.
Now there's another trend. The OWGR Data Golf top 5 finish on the season, top 30 in OWGR Data Golf, and a top 5 finish on the current season. That trend has been true for every winner since '09.
Wow.
So there you go.
There you go. You got a favorite?
I mean, why not Rory?
Yeah. I'd like to see him. I got no problem with him. He's seems to be he's due for this. He's never played well there, but you got to get off to a good start. All right, it is April the 9th. On this day, 1925, Babe Ruth was rushed to the hospital with a mysterious illness that they labeled the bellyache heard around the world.
Was reported dead by some
newspapers. Think about, that still happens today. I mean, how many times has Willie Nelson died? I mean, the people, but it's just funny. It takes a little longer to get there back then.
Oh, yeah.
On this day, 1965, the first baseball game played in the Houston Astrodome. The Astros beat the Yankees 2-1. Mickey Mantle hit the first indoor home run in baseball history.
Most of those kind of records, like first indoor home run, whatever, are like some random that, you never would know. And so you kind of tuck that away in your memory so that, but in this case, it's the Mick.
Yeah, that one you could probably, nobody will forget. Happy birthday, Curly Lambeau. Of course, NFL or professional football player and founder of the Packers, of course, Lambeau Field. Born on this day, 1890.
The frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
Jim Fowler, animal expert.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Jim Fowler. Born on this day, Wild Kingdom. Born on this day, 1932. Carl Perkins.
Don't just step on his blue suede shoes.
Look, I know it's sacrilege to say this. I actually like his version better than Elvis.
Yeah.
I really do. Carl Perkins. Brandon DeWilde. Shane.
Oh,
the little kid in Shane.
Yeah, okay.
Brandon DeWilde. Hal Ketchum.
On a Louisiana Saturday night.
Yeah, he's no longer with us.
I
didn't realize that. But also, he had another pretty big hit, but I can't. Must not have been that big. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Dennis Quaid, born on this day, 1954. Fine actor. Seve Ballesteros.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Masters.
Yes.
He won 3, I believe. 2 or 3. Born on this day, 1957. Paulina Porskova.
Lovely model that married Rick Ocasek.
Rick Ocasek. Rick Ocasek.
Giving hope to ugly men since 1984. Yeah.
I actually had a poster of Paulina on my wall.
There you go.
Growing up for years.
But not one of Rick Ocasek.
No. She was Czechoslovakian. And, yeah. Keisha Knight Pullman.
Cosby Show?
Rudy.
Yeah.
Little Rudy is all grown up now. From the Cosby Show. Kristen Stewart. She's the one in those vampire movies.
That I don't watch, so that would make sense, yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
She's a big deal, apparently.
Okay.
And Elle Fanning. I don't know her either.
Okay.
Born on this day, 1998. She's
She's young.
Young and an actress. I don't know. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for being with us. He is JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.